This episode, we're going to cover Stranger Things Season 4. If you have not seen this, we're not going to go over the whole season or episodes. We're just going to talk about good and bad parts, maybe continuity errors, what we loved, what we were excited to see, maybe something we were excited to see and didn't get to see. But yeah, we're just going to talk about bits and pieces of it. And I hope you have seen the whole season, what they have released so far, because it is 7 episodes out now, and then 2 episodes July 1st?
July 1st, you're correct.
Yeah, nice, which is right around the corner, and get ready for that, because that is another 4 hours of content.
I think so, yeah. 2.5 and an hour and a half, yep.
Yeah, jeez, that's
got another
crazy.
movie left.
Oh, man. Some of these episodes, I was just like, oh, like,
Yeah. So, probably tough for you. You go to bed like 10:30?
Yeah, sometimes earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever the sun goes away.
That's it. If Mila's out, we get to rest, and then we're just exhausted. Yeah, no, but this season was a banger. It honestly started out different right from the get-go. A lot more horror.
A lot more horror.
Yeah.
A lot more horror.
And like me and Tiff kind of were like, we didn't know how we felt.
I didn't like the first 2-3 episodes.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I was like, this is not Stranger Things.
You know, I thought it was a new director.
Yep.
I knew it wasn't, but I was like, this is different. I was like, I was really upset.
Kind of was too, because you're already dealing with the big, massive change of the characters. They've grown so much.
Yes, they
They don't even look the same anymore. Yeah, it's like going from
They're not
like
little kids anymore.
Yeah, it's like going from elementary school to like freshman high school or whatever. Yeah. Even though some of them probably really can drink in real life. They're probably that old.
I think there's English too, some of them, right?
What does that mean?
Different drinking age.
Oh, I got you. Okay. But yeah, so you're already dealing with that. It already feels weird because of that. And then it's shot and directed entirely different right off the bat. It's straight up, and they do joke about it. It's straight up like a horror slasher style. And the kid in it, Dustin, he makes a reference to a Freddy Krueger boiler room scene. And once he said that, like me and Tiff looked at each other and it's like, yeah, this is what it feels like. It's like a slasher movie. But it does taper away, and it definitely gets into that true Stranger Things
Yes,
vibe.
it took a while. My biggest gripe about it, first 3 episodes, was who was Vecna? Like, let's play. So my issue was, let's play Dungeons and Dragons, and then Vecna, the one different, their lord or their end game boss in this thing is Vecna. What are the odds that Vecna is the same as that? They got the Demogorgon right last time in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
And then they get it right
too.
again. That was a little reach, and so I had an issue with Vecna just being all of a sudden all powerful. Obviously, you learn a little bit more later down the line why it's starting to build its power. But did you ever see the clip of Vecna being in episode 1? Season 1, episode 1.
No.
There's a clip that Vecna is the thing that jumped out of the road that scared Will into the woods.
What?
Because if you look at the shape of it, it is not a shape of a Demogorgon. It is a shape of Vecna.
Oh, interesting. I have not seen
I didn't know
this.
if you saw this.
Huh.
But yeah, there's an image, and that's not a Demogorgon.
That is 100% not a Demogorgon. That's interesting. I wonder if...
So before seeing that, I thought they just threw some random demon thing in there.
Sure.
So I was a little irritated until we actually figured that out,
Yeah, right?
Because I didn't like going out of left field on that.
Well, and I'm curious about Vecna because... All right, so you remember that... So we were 3 episodes in and I texted you and I was like, for some reason it feels like the Upside Down is in Eleven's head.
Yeah.
Right? Like this is in her head, and these gates are like a weird way of entering her mind. Her crazy, she's so angry and she has so much trauma that this is like her, she's just got a messed up mind. And so the Mind Flayer and Vecna, after seeing Vecna, still kind of makes me think that way, because later on when she is talking to, what's the gentleman's name in this show?
Gentleman.
He's far from it. He's creepy. Peter Ballard, which is you find out. Obviously, I said this whole thing spoilers. He is number 1. 11 is 11 because of her tattoo.
I saw that coming.
Did you?
I did. So did Rachel. One of us will get credit. I don't know.
Probably Rachel. But so 11 is 11 because she's the 11th one in the program. And the guy you get to know very well in this season, Peter Ballard, is number 1. And you don't know that till the very last episode, I don't think, right? It's episode 7.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's kind of when all the chaos breaks. But he says something very interesting when she's reliving those moments and reliving that moment with him specifically where she thought she killed everybody in the playroom, and it turns out it's him. When she confronts him, when he's calming 11 down, he says, "Don't worry, they're not really gone. They're all up here." And you think because he's psychotic that he just means that their memory will live on in his head, but I think they really do live up there in his head. And 11 kills him, kind of looks like she sends him through a gate, but I think now he's
in her mind.
In her mind.
So you think the upside down world is her mind?
I do think so.
And that's access to her mind. Okay. Okay. I just thought it was, yeah. No, that could be 100%. Right. I can see that.
And when the new cast gets to the upside down, they're really confused that the upside down is just Hawkins. And when 11, she didn't have any memories before this place. So when she first got out of that facility, Hawkins was the town she lived in, and that's when the Upside Down was created. They find out, right?
Created by her,
and so she knows Hawkins. So it would make sense that that's this place frozen.
That could be
right.
Frozen in time 2 years ago when she left. No, when Will went down there.
Well, yeah, when Will, yeah.
But I wonder if that's when she created the portal.
Right.
And that's when everything froze.
Because when Vecna was first, or Peter Ballard was first sent there, it was just it was kind of like Tron. When they first created Tron, it was just very like nothingness, right? And so it slowly over time became something, which it became Hawkins. And I think that's because it took her time to get around the town, get comfortable with it, familiar with it. That's my theory, right? I'm probably wrong, but I don't know.
No, it could be. I can't disagree. There's an option for that. I agree.
Right.
I'm not 100% in, but I think that's an option.
Yeah. It'd be interesting. I really do want to see what the Upside Down is and why it exists. I know they touched on she created it, but what does it represent? I
just thought it was also a weird thing on it was why do you go from the Mind Flayer, like they said, you have the Demigorgons who are foot soldiers, the Mind Flayer is like the general, and then the first lieutenant is the Vecna. You don't go from Demigorgons to the Mind Flayer back to Vecna.
No, you don't.
You go Vecna, then Mind Flayer.
Yep. You would think in hierarchy.
And also, I have more gripes than compliments on this show. I'm sorry.
Do you?
So my issue is, all of a sudden now she can get her powers back, and they know how to get her powers back?
That group did.
What?
Well,
reliving it.
Right.
We can get your powers, and you can be stronger.
Right. But they probably knew this whole time, but they didn't want to reach out to her because they didn't need her powers. And now that they know something from the Upside Down is killing people, they're like, all right, we got to reactivate 11. It's time. And the government's cracking down because they think it is 11. So they're like, okay.
Which it could be.
Could be. And I want to touch on that too. So, they're like, oh crap, if they do get 11, kill her or whatever, this thing's going to carry on killing people. We need to get to her first, reactivate her, and have her stop this.
And also, how powerful is 11?
Apparently
if she could take
powerful.
out that guy when she was super young.
Right. Yeah, because it wasn't present day that took him out.
No.
It shows her present day doing it, but it's her reliving the memory, and she's like 8 or something.
Yeah, and she destroys him.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering if by now activating that memory of that, her doing that's going to unleash, I get their double power that, and I wonder how powerful she truly is now.
I think we're going to see another huge level to 11.
We have to.
Yep.
I just thought it was really weird that she can take it and they can give it back. I just thought that was really kind of.
So you did touch on something that I did want to talk about though, because so Vecna coming out killing people. Did you notice that Vecna only killed when 11 was in distress.
Was in distress?
Mm-hmm.
I did not.
So the season starts out, right, and she's doing the model. She's talking about the farm, right, in class, and the kids are making fun of her. Mm-hmm. At the same time is when the very first kid
starts seeing visions,
gets killed.
The girl?
Yeah. So she's over at the trailer, and it's not till
she gets beat up.
When she gets beat up at the roller, or no, when she hits the girl in the face at the roller rink.
Mm-hmm. That
same time is when the nerdy kid, the reporter kid, gets killed. It's like all these impactful moments to 11.
So everything, okay. So that kind of makes your theory a little bit more realistic then, because maybe it is in her mind and it knows when she's distressed and not paying attention. And
because when Vecna kills, you see him get hooked up to all these like tentacle things, and I think that's like symbolic to like he's attaching himself to 11, and through her, like harnessing her power, he's able to.
And he gives
like she's an antenna, and he can now, because his whole thing is he's always been able to get into people's minds. Mm-hmm. So I think he's using her as an antenna, and now he's able to reach out to the real world. Right? She's just in this huge, like, she's emotional, whatever. She can't block him out in those moments. And so he's like, I'm going to strap up. I'm going to do my thing, get stronger.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I can see that. Yeah. I never thought about that. That's a good point. Good point. You got some good points, man. You really dove into this,
dude.
You might have watched this at like 7:00 at night because because there's no way you watch this past 9.
Right, I would have been checked out. Just like, oh, that's a good episode, whatever. No, me and Tiff, we were dissecting it because we didn't like it at first, but the moment after episode 3 and it starts changing, we were like, okay.
Yeah, it took a minute.
And once we fell in love with it again, we were like, okay, let's pick this apart, because you see. It doesn't seem like you see a lot, but they really do feed you quite a bit of information. And the cool thing is that Harper's all over, on the other side of the world in Russia, at this KGB prison.
Yep, the KGB prison.
Did you recognize the guy he's with?
I did.
Did you?
I did. I was like, I couldn't. No, I did. I was like, he's in Game of Thrones.
The faceless man.
I had to think about it, but I was like, he's in it, Rachel. Do you remember? And I did remember.
Yep.
And I was like,
oh,
the man
with
their face.
He did so good. Dimitri in the show.
It's like the same guy.
Tom. Yeah. He really was.
Kind of hidden, a little secretive, talks the same.
He talks exactly the same. And as soon as he was shown on scene, or on, as soon as he was presented, I was like, I was so excited for Game of Thrones all over again, and House of Dragons coming up. Tom, I'm going to butcher this. Walashiha?
Oh, yeah, there's no L in there.
That's not an L? Oh, it probably is silent L.
No, I'm just kidding.
Washihi?
I couldn't even read it from here. Yeah, you got it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, sure, right?
Yeah,
we'll go
absolutely.
with it. Amazing actor. Just very calm, collective, and kind of like everything he says, you feel like he's up to something, like he's a puppet master.
Yeah, I feel that. He's always has something in the back of his sleeve until he gets betrayed, but yeah.
Yep. But, man, I didn't know where they were going with the whole Russian thing.
I didn't either.
Right?
Had no idea.
And it made sense. Well, I thought it made sense the same time Harper started thinking it made sense when he started, because he goes down a dark path, and you get to see like how much losing his kid and family really affected him. But it's not until the moment where he's like, you know what? I thought I was here to be punished. No, I think I'm here because there's a Demigorgon here. And once he realizes that, he's like, I've fought one of these. Of all the places he could have been sent to, or sent to at all, he gets blasted through that portal to Russia, and they have a freaking Demigorgon. So
did he get blasted through, or they just picked him up in that mall?
I'm confused.
I think they picked him up in the mall, and then they somehow got him to Russia.
Is that okay? So in that scene, this is where I had the issue, because as we were watching it, I was like, this doesn't quite make sense. I get what they're doing, but so they kind of show you more of that season 3 finale. So Harper jumps towards the thing. There's the explosion. And when the female lead,
Winona
Ryder, she looks over the edge, she sees Harper laying on the ground. She's in a Russian suit. He's in a Russian suit. And when they showed that, I was like, no. I was like, in my head, he like got sucked through the portal. So it shows her, and then it cuts away, but it comes back to that moment. She's gone. The Russians are there, and they look over and see him down there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, does she think she saw him down there? Or is it making you think she saw him down there? Or did he get blasted through? Because they said the Russians could open the gate and the Americans could open the gate.
Who else can open the gate? Yeah.
Russians. Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, so like, yeah, so I still am unclear on if he got blasted through or if the Russians were in America and just picked him up.
And that's a lot of Russians in America underneath the mall. I don't know. And then if he was there, I don't know how they get him to Russia.
Yeah, right. You're gonna smuggle an American out of the country.
Yeah.
So kind of weird. I couldn't follow it clearly. I couldn't tell which way it was trying to give you information. Like, yeah, if they came to America and got him out, or if he got sent through and went to their gate in Russia. Because they don't show Harper, Winona, and the Russians in the same scene.
Nope.
Right. So, but you're probably right. The Russians probably did grab him.
And then exported him.
Like a fine wine or cigar. Yep. But I will give him props. I honestly think they found the best actor for Vecna in his younger stage. Mm-hmm. Peter Ballard.
He's straight out of Twilight.
Yeah, we just found that out. He was in Twilight.
I knew that, actually.
Oh, yeah. And
I pointed that out.
Harry Potter as well.
I didn't recognize him, Harry Potter, but I did recognize him from Sweeney Todd.
Oh, yeah. I didn't. I like Sweeney Todd. I didn't even realize he was in it.
I see you, Jonna. I see you, Jonna. The singer, you know?
Okay. Yep. Wow.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. But he, honestly, the whole time, even when he was just the friendly guard helping out, he was just so creepy. So serial killer, like sociopath.
To me, he reminded me of pedo.
Yeah. There was those vibes. He had like that look on 11, like looking pretty tasty. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but then you find out that he is number 1.
Yep.
And yeah, that was a huge twist. You said you saw it coming.
I did see it coming.
Right.
Because he just was awkward there.
He was awkward there, but I would say what I didn't see coming was that 11 didn't actually murder all the.
I didn't know that he did it, but right. I didn't know. Yeah, but I thought, and because I mean, her Brenner, right, the doctor,
yes,
Dr. Brenner,
yep.
He goes, "What have you done?"
Yeah,
so he thinks she did it too, or maybe he didn't,
because she vaporized Peter, so that's all who was left was just 11, and so that really could have been what he was talking about was like, what
why'd you release him?
Yeah, right. Why'd you take the chip out? All these kids are dead now, and Peter is missing. Look what you did, 11.
He's got so many cameras on everywhere. He should have
seen it coming.
Yeah, he's so smart.
But Max, she struggles with her own demons.
Mm-hmm. That song, you like that song yet?
No.
That she plays? Yeah,
no.
you do.
You like that song?
I don't even know what song it is. I couldn't tell you. If I heard it, I could tell you, but I can't tell you right now.
Yeah, the only one I remember from the show at all is Dustin's and Susie. Yeah, that's it. Dustin and Susie. Their never-ending story song. Yeah. And what's funny is it Will that? Yeah, it's Will. They're all at the van, and as soon as he points out Nevada, he just starts busting out singing it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, they're gonna go see Susie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Will was kind of weird in this one. Now that you brought up Will.
That's a wild card.
So I think, texted back and forth a little bit on this part.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like we both agree that it feels like Will has a crush on Mike.
It does, 100%.
And
I know they're playing the angle of it's his best friend. He lost his best friend to 11. That's what he's feeling. And even when Mike comes back, he feels like, this is our time to hang out and be buddies again, but he's not getting it. Mm-hmm. But the way Will's coming across is like an ex that got ghosted.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I've sent you text. Well, I mean, not text. There's no cell phones. But, he's feeling like he's hung out to dry, and he's very sensitive towards Mike.
Also, spoilers. Yeah, Rachel pointed out that his birthday is on March 22nd. And when they go to the ice skating rink or the rollerblade rink, it's March 22nd, and no one remembers.
Oh, I didn't pick up on that detail.
Yeah, that's in past seasons. She watches too much TikTok. Let's just put it that way. With a bunch of others. And also, if we're looking at the character list right here,
What?
11's in between him again. Gosh, she's always getting in the way.
Mike 11 will, man. Yeah. I mean, that's probably what's driving him nuts right there.
He just goes to the fan page and sees that every single time.
He misses that bro time.
Mm-hmm. No, I think he has feelings for Mike.
Will likes Mike. Yeah. And yeah, Dustin's funnier than ever in season 4.
Dustin's the best character. Okay, let me rephrase that. Dustin and Steve.
Yes.
Their combo is my favorite.
It's so funny because you got the nerd and then you have this like cool guy who pretends like he hates being stuck with Dustin.
Loves it.
He looks up to Dustin and he gets jealous when Dustin has when he's got a bro thing going on with that other guy, which I'm trying to blank on his name. Eddie. I loved Eddie in this.
I did too. Eddie was cool.
Eddie was so cool.
I like how his label, everyone thinks he's like a punk, but he's actually like a really...
Just a nerdy kid. Who's scared and
didn't want to get bullied and probably had to put on that persona.
Yep, 100%. Tells Steve that Dustin just looks up to him, and you see Steve's reaction. He's just like, "Wait, really? Dustin looks up to me? I look up to him." And then he's buddies with Dustin again.
Yeah. Quick question for you.
What's up?
Do you want Steve getting back with Nancy?
I could care less.
Oh, don't care, huh?
No, because I don't. This is maybe shallow of me. I don't really care for Nancy's character. Yeah. She could go.
She's skinny?
No. In the face.
She looks
weird. Yeah.
She looks like she's like Vecna.
She looks like she's from the Upside Down. Mm-hmm. But like we're looking at her here and she looks normal. Mm-hmm. So it must just be how they're doing her makeup or whatever. She looks like a normal kid there. Not so much there. But in season 4, it's just super highlighted, like her awkward facial features or something. But that's not why I don't like her character.
Yes,
She's just it doesn't help. But no, she's just very standoffish and weird in especially season 4. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know if she was in it. Like if she was never even in season 4, I would have liked it just as much.
Yeah.
I can't say I like it anymore because of her character.
Do you like Steve's best friend? The girl.
Steve's best friend? I think she adds something to the show. She's quirky. She's just blunt. She's got a lot of insecurities herself, but she's not afraid to just say what's in her mind. Mm-hmm. But I do think that it brought like a little more entertainment to season 4. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I could care less if Steve gets with her either.
She's not his type.
She's not his type, no. Because he thinks she's weird, and he's only got enough weird in his heart for Dustin.
Yep.
Yeah. But no, they'll probably get back together. I would assume that they will get back together.
Yeah, it's meant to be. But Argyle, you like Argyle?
I do like Argyle. Argyle was this cool stoner character that they put into season 4. And he was funny, but I think he was really funny when they went to go see Susie.
And he actually had a crush?
He had a crush on her sister, and man, because he was like, what'd she say? The sister was like, she's upstairs. Can you kick her for me and tell her to get down and help with the kids or something? And he was just like, yeah, I do anything for you. You're beautiful. And then when she's having like a spat with Susie, she says something and he's just like, you're so right. Everything you say is right. It was so funny. He had a full on crush. But yeah, and that guy, the weird Brett Gelman, who is Murray in the show, he was weird, but I loved when Yuri got introduced. When he got to imitate Yuri.
When he got to imitate Yuri, and when he actually thought about how his black belt. He is.
I didn't know where they were going with that one.
I would be shocked. Does his mom live with him?
Oh, it must be.
Because, that is what I
He's
see.
like the typical, 40-year-old guy that lives in mom's basement.
Conspiracy theorist and just, crazy. Has his black belt beating up 13-year-olds.
I know Kung Fu. Yeah. And when he's telling that story in the plane, it's just he's like, I'm a black belt, and I've fought people. And then he's, going through the age group, and it's just okay, this guy doesn't know karate. And he pep talks himself. In the plane, says says to Winona Ryder's character that Joyce, thank you for the pep talk, but he did it himself. He actually knows kung fu.
Yeah, I know, and he was beating him down. It was really fun. He's funny. He's hilarious.
He is pretty funny. Oh man, and they save Hopper. Hopper. Why do I keep saying Harper?
I don't know.
But yeah, they save Hopper. And that just was super cool. That whole Demogorgon scene. Loved it. The two favorites get to walk away from that one.
I know.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be 2 more episodes in this season, and then we got another season 5 is the finale.
Is it?
It is.
Okay.
So, any predictions on what's gonna happen at the end of season 4?
I think Vecna's gonna fully escape the Upside Down
And come into the real world.
Yep. I don't think I think 11. She was trying to, like any trauma, shelve it and just bury it deep down inside. And doing so, she lost her powers. Had a harder time getting it back. But I think her ignoring Vecna allowed him to branch out, kill people, get powerful. And I think he is going to escape. And now that's going to be the issue of season 5. There's a lot of monsters in the Upside Down, and I imagine he's gonna just rip a gate wide open and bring everything out with him.
The one thing I didn't understand again, sorry, I was gonna ask something. Those bats, how come we never saw them before?
Didn't see a lot of stuff before. This Upside Down looked different.
Yeah.
Right? Every time they've entered it before, it's just
I thought they couldn't breathe.
They had a hard time because all the ash or whatever that is.
Yeah, but now
they can run, sprint, they breathe
just fine. You can run, jump, and throw.
Yep. There was a lot. And what's weird is, like, when we seen the Upside Down before, it was, there was, like, forests and whatnot, but it seemed like everything was really close together. This time, there was a lot of, like, fields and woods in between everything, like, in between the people's houses and the town and everything. And you were seeing, like, volcano areas. Just, I don't know. It seemed like there was a lot more. And this Upside Down looked way different.
Yeah, I just remember the other one being,
dark. You couldn't really see too far. It was ash.
You couldn't breathe.
And now there is still smoke and fog there, but it's opened up. You can see, yards and yards away. It's just.
So you think, So you think Vecna is coming into the other world?
Which also could be because now 11 has moved to another town, so now it's grown past Hawthorne or Hawkins. I mean,
remember the last episodes? They were digging holes. Remember there was paths under the ground and stuff like that.
Oh, in the previous season, yeah, because they were able to see that the Upside Down was branching underneath Hawkins.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, so there is a physical form to it. So maybe it's not in 11's head.
Maybe it is though.
Maybe it. Yeah. Right?
Maybe as the more power she gets, the bigger it grows and it can't be controlled.
We gotta wait till season 5.
We do. So you think Vecna's coming in? They're all gonna get reunited, I think.
Yep.
Reunited and feel so good.
I think they did an amazing job though this season with that. When you're watching season 4, it felt like you were reading the books. How books will jump around, and all the seasons do that and whatnot because they do go on their own adventures. But the way that they tied it in at the end, you're bouncing between character stories, but you're also bouncing between present time and the past. And she's reliving her past. It kind of makes it feel like it's the present. But as she's figuring out who Vecna is and living through that moment, Wheeler and those guys are also stumbling across who Vecna is. Vecna kind of takes Wheeler under his wing in a little bit, shows her his past. So you're watching, 11's reliving hers, but Wheeler is reliving his at the same time. And it all perfectly just ties in, and then it's all present day.
Kid's this freaking psycho.
He is a psycho. I love his character. Not so much as Vecna. I think his suit's a little weird.
You just want to see him in that. You just want to see him in that white creepy in the insane asylum.
That outfit. Sure, yeah, I'd take that.
Yeah, just walking around town, and he's in the attic the whole time.
He's in the attic.
You just burn that thing to the ground.
That's what I was saying to Tev. Like if that's where he's stuck in the Upside Down, just burn it down.
Burn it down.
Yeah. They obviously came to the Upside Down with their clothing. They could bring materials, bring a lighter, a torch, whatever. Yeah. But yeah, all this stuff, I think it's like connecting him to 11.
Okay. I think Steve's going to get infected and turn into something.
Oh, you think so? Because they were eating away at his stomach there?
Yeah. He got some parasite in there that's going to do something to him.
Could be. Steve might have to die.
Steve may die. Steve may be dead here soon.
Oh, that might be why they rekindled the girl, Wheeler. Yep. You're going to see him fall in love, get back together, and then Steve's gone.
Yep, and then she gets back together with old Droopy Eye.
Oh man, it was good. I definitely love it. I can't wait till July. It was just
you're gonna have to wait.
I'm gonna have to.
It's 3 weeks away.
It's so long away. Yeah, but if you guys liked it, let us know what you think down below in the comments. Let us know if you think you brought up a really good point. I don't know why they went from Demogorgons to the Mind Flayer to Vecna.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Right? If he's more powerful than the Mind Flayer, then sure, but he's not really portrayed as that. He's what was it, the general?
Yeah, they said he was the general's first lieutenant or something like that. They said.
Yeah, they talk about it in there.
Said it, yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, look at that thing.
That thing's massive.
And where's that thing been?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's gonna be coming in season 5.
I mean, it has to.
She
just shut it off. She just shut the door.
That's right. Yep. That was the mall scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No.
The
mall scene was that big old thing. She shut it down underneath.
But where Max's brother dies.
Yeah. Yes. I think it's all in the same area. Yes. Yeah. But I think she's underneath the mall doing it. In the caves.
Probably, yeah.
Man, I should have rewatched it. It's long. It's tough to rewatch stuff before when you have a life.
Yeah, and there's so much that's come out around this show. Like we've had a lot we've had to watch.
I know. I've watched a lot of shows lately.
Yeah, I finally watched Morbius.
You loved it. Perfect.
Yeah.
You loved it. Morbius or just a side note here. Morbius or
the Joker?
Black Widow.
Tiff actually brought that up when we were watching it. She said she prefers Black Widow.
No.
Yeah.
What about you? You just don't like Jared Leto or Leto.
I don't. And I really wanted to like him because I liked 30 Seconds to Mars growing up, and he talked about becoming an actor, and I was like, oh, yeah, perfect. Your music videos are always cinematic. You do a good job. And then he does the Joker, and I was like, maybe not, buddy. You suck. Seeing him in this, he starts off very crappy, but I do think towards the end he does. You see, like, the acting get tweaked and tuned, and I do think towards the end he is a decent actor.
Oh.
Very decent.
Did you watch it legally or illegally?
We've been debating quite a bit.
We have been.
Yeah.
And
we might have to make that an episode, our debates on that.
So, well, my debate, here's not really my debate. My debate is to make Justin mad. And
yeah, I could tell.
That's all I really motivate myself in life right now. So I told...
Because chronologically, there's no way episode 1 and then Rogue One and 7, 8, 9.
So I told Ryan, the Pepper guy who did really well.
Mom, it's hot.
Mommy! I told him that the only really Star Wars he needs to watch is episode 1, then goes to Rogue One, and then finish with 7, 8, and 9, and that's it. And I knew Justin couldn't leave it alone.
No, there's no way. Because
Ryan actually might do that.
He might do it, and then he's going to be like, I have no context to any of this. Episode 1 doesn't tie into Rogue One. Rogue One does not tie into 7, 8, 9.
I just picked the 5 ones that you hate the most.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I just...
That makes sense. But Obi-Wan Kenobi, I'm loving the show so far.
Yeah, watch that one. That was pretty good. Oh, yeah, that comes out tomorrow?
Fridays,
yeah. That's pretty good.
It is good.
It's good. It's better than Boba Fett.
Oh yeah, way better. Did you see episode 3?
I did.
It was for the fans, 100%.
What happened?
It just had like all those like moments that will get you to go, it's happening. Like when you see Darth Vader and Obi-Wan.
Oh yeah, that was really cool.
And it's like introduced with the lightsabers.
That was really cool. And they fought just a little bit, not enough.
Not enough. Vader held back,
mm-hmm.
and which I was like, okay, maybe Vader's toying with him, because Vader could have controlled that robot. He could have crushed the robot that was carrying him away,
mm-hmm.
and he could have just controlled Obi-Wan, lifted him up over the fire, and started beating his butt a little more.
But he's in love with him.
He is. Yeah, right. It's still his mentor.
Uh-huh.
But he's still angry at him, and so I think like he doesn't want to kill him, but he wants to hurt him as bad as he felt.
Yep. He wants him to fear him.
Yep. right?
Yeah, no, it's a good show.
Really good so far.
I do like it a lot. I don't care if it's fan. I like it a lot better. I like it. It's really good.
It is, yeah. And season.
I just hate Leia. Oh my gosh,
she's annoying.
Gosh.
Yeah, the kid in it just super annoying. So defiant. And it's for stupid reasons.
Yeah. Oh, I don't trust you. Well, I'm breaking you out. So why wouldn't you trust me?
Right. Yeah. And it's like, oh, you made me levitate? Nah, I trust you. It's cool. I'll listen to you now.
Anyways,
the next season of Mandalorian isn't going to be out till next year.
That sucks.
That's a heartbreaker.
That is a heartbreaker.
Yeah, but we have Rings of Power and House of Dragon coming out soon.
Mm-hmm. That'll be really good.
Yeah.
And then we got some Avatar coming out and some Love and Thunder coming out.
That looks so good.
All the trailers on our site.
Check out our trailers. Yeah, we're branching out. We're doing podcast challenges and trailers. So you're gonna start seeing regular trailers released on the channel.
You know, if you it's kind of hard to find trailers sometimes, so just go to our channel and then you just check them all out.
Yeah, anyone worth watching is on the channel.
Yeah.
If you want to know what's out there, just check it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but I think that's a good wrap up. We didn't want to go scene by scene in Stranger Things.
We'd be here till 4 a.m.
It truly would, and really, I just hope you've seen it by now because it's an amazing season.
Even if you have kids, about now is the time you should be finishing it.
Yeah, 100%.
Because by the time it's released, it'll be good.
Yeah, you'll have a whole nother week to catch up on. But we will see you guys in the next video. Peace. Peace. Little ASMR outro. It's still creepy.
It is. It's still beautiful. I haven't listened to ASMR in a long time.
Have you not?
I have not. I've been listening to comedy.